Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is Kevin.
And this is Andres.
And today's podcast, we were actually just thinking of having a casual conversation regarding Bitcoin. What do you think about Bitcoin?
What do you think about? I think a good start point is pointing out what Bitcoin is.
That's a very solid.
And correct me if I'm wrong because I don't know everything, but it's like digital currency that is, I don't even know where it's mined from, but like it gets mined through algorithms, and then every time that a Bitcoin is mined, it becomes harder to get one. So what is predicted is that there's only going to be a limited amount of Bitcoin in existence ever. So I think that's a very, very big point, that it seems to be finite.
Right. You pretty much, you just said what the whole podcast is gonna be of. No, basically, so where Bitcoin comes, as far as I know, yes, it's from algorithms and all of that, but it had a creator. So I guess we can start there. So there was a guy, and I forgot his name. I was like, I might have to look it up actually, but I think it was Japanese or Chinese. I don't know, but he basically made it to where it was a cryptocurrency that couldn't be duplicated because it belongs to the blockchain. So basically, how I picture it is like it's a chain, right? And then there's one block, which is one Bitcoin. And then it has a specific order that goes into that block, which makes it the second Bitcoin. And that's why it's so hard to manipulate, because it's only a specific chain that is supposed to follow. So that's what Bitcoin is considered. It's almost like the modern or the digital gold is what some people call it, because it's very hard to duplicate, and it's a finite amount, just like you said. And it's when it comes to that, the guy made it to where every single time someone mines a Bitcoin, there's only a certain amount of Bitcoins left. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 21 million Bitcoins that can only be mined for the whole thing. And that's pretty much it when it comes to how Bitcoin works.
Yeah, I really like how you put it as in digital gold. I think that sums it up perfectly. I think the biggest reason why people are here is to see how you can make money from it. Probably that's why anyone would want to watch it. But I think it's super interesting because gold has always held its value
Very long.
At points, and correct me if I'm wrong, but at points increasing drastically, and it's very similar to Bitcoin, just that Bitcoin is on a way, way, way larger scale at this point.
Right.
And another big point is that it's decentralized. It doesn't have any government entity regulating it. It's something that's just kind of out there, existing, floating in space, dude. But
I know that's pretty awesome, because there's a lot of people that at first no one was willing to go into Bitcoin, because it was still kind of iffy, because it only had been good for so many years, or had only existed for so many years, versus the stock market, which has been existing for, I believe, over 100 years. And so everyone was kind of iffy. They were like, well, should I buy in? Should I just put a little bit, or what should I do? And there's always that one famous story about that guy that traded his Bitcoin. I think it was at the time, it was this is completely vague out of my mind, but I think it was 20 Bitcoins for a pizza. So he traded a guy the coins for a pizza.
Yeah.
And now he massively regrets it, because now everyone, even government entities, are putting into Bitcoin to kind of reserve to basically have a piece of the pie, if I may say it like that. Piece of the pie of the world economy, which is pretty smart from the US.
That makes sense, and I think why should people invest in Bitcoin? I think the biggest thing from the point that I'm seeing it is that it's likely to just keep increasing for a good while, and then when everything is said and done, and when it's no longer available, like people can't get any more of it, it's going to skyrocket. Just based on like basic supply and demand, when it runs out, when it actually becomes something that's not available anymore to get, it's just going to, and this is a prediction, granted we're not financial experts on any of this, but this is just opinions. I think the possibility of it skyrocketing in value after it's no longer available to the public is extreme, because like when there's not a lot of one thing, more people are going to want it.
Basically, yeah. And yeah, like I said, I mean, right now it's like a hot thing, but people are still iffy about it just because it's been alive for like 9 or 10 years, I think. Can you actually fact check me on that? Like how long has Bitcoin been?
I think 2020.
2020?
No,
I think that's
I'm lying.
But I mean, basically since
2009, January 2009.
January 2009, yeah. And I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was saying that people are iffy about it because it's only been alive for so many years. I think it's like, what, 25, if I'm not mistaken, 26? And it makes sense, right? Why everyone's like kind of, 16 years. And that's why everyone's kind of like iffy about it, because they don't know. And
what do you mean they don't know? Can you elaborate on it?
Or yeah. Like they don't know for how long it'll keep performing as it has been. Because if you look at it, it's only been performing like extremely good, like the last 5 years, I want to say. Before that, it was like 5,000, a couple thousands. I mean, but it started from zero. So it's been performing for a very good time. But when it really started picking up was like 2020 or 2021, when all of the COVID happened. Yeah, that's why people are iffy. And if you look at financial channels, they'll be saying like, oh, you should put on like 5 to 10% of your investment money into Bitcoin, because it is generating a lot of, money for people, but we don't know about it. So stick to more to mutual funds and indexes.
I think that a big disclaimer for like up front is don't invest more than you can afford to lose on anything. But if you have anything to invest, I feel like you should invest a good percentage of what you have in something like this.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. Go ahead. No.
Wait, no. Your question's gonna be better.
No. I'll wait.
No, bro, don't wait.
Okay. So if you had $100 and you had to put into some type of investment, like what would be the dollars that you put here, dollars that you put there, and dollars that you put over here?
If I just have $100 and don't have anything else, and like all my like current accounts are empty,
like if you
want, do I have the same stuff that I have?
Let's say that your goal is to make money digitally, whether it's through investment. Well, we'll keep it to just investments. Like what would be like your pie chart of investments? Like
$100?
Like categories. I guess
I'm feeling risky today. I just watched a 30-minute video from Graham Stephan on 2x speed. And like in this very moment, I'm very risky. If you said here, have $100, I would go put all of it in Bitcoin.
All of it in Bitcoin?
Yeah, but that's impulsive. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea. I'm just feeling risky right now, and I feel like $100 wouldn't really make or break my life.
No,
right but like if it would make or break my life.
Let's say that's your whole money.
If my goal is to make as much money as possible,
we'll say 100,000. No.
Okay, I like that idea. I like that.
100%.
100,000 is good. 100. I like.
Work by percentages.
Give me 100,000.
No. 100.
Give me 100,000.
No, I don't want to give you 100,000.
Dude, I
do 100%.
Come on.
100%.
I think you promised I will put it all in Bitcoin,
fine.
bro. That was weird.
All right, go over it.
100,000?
100,000.
I would probably do like 100,000 of big. No, I'm joking. I would probably do like a solid 25,000 in Bitcoin, and then I'd do the rest in high-performing mutual funds.
Which ones are your best?
I'd have to look.
Okay.
I'd have to research again. I forgot the names. I
Okay.
forgot the ticker symbols.
enough.
I know VO is a good one.
Okay.
But I want to invest in actively managed funds, not passively
Passive
managed.
ones.
I don't know if that
Okay.
makes sense. And for those of you who don't
Pretty
know,
solid.
there's a lot of different types of mutual funds in the stock market. There's index funds and there's mutual funds. A lot of index funds are passively managed, which means the portfolio, the stocks that fund has, it's made of multiple smaller pieces of stocks, and those stay constant for like a definite amount of time until they like want to change it or something. Mutual funds, actively managed mutual funds, are different because they're being actively traded to what is best for the portfolio in the opinion of an investor. Those usually cost a fee, but those are riskier. But what I've seen from research I've done is that the best yields on those outperform index funds that are less risky in the last 5 to 10 years.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Pretty solid.
Did I explain that well?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I understood.
Awesome. But I think that would be a good start. Maybe not the rest into mutual funds. I think I want something safe as well. Like, are trusts safe? I think gold is good.
I think
Gold is good. Yeah, gold is probably better than trust right now, right?
Yeah, I would say. I actually don't know that much about trust funds. Can you explain it to me?
I'm gonna fact check this before I start spitting stupid stuff.
By the way, we're not perfect like yourself, but we're figuring out as life goes. And that's the main purpose of this channel, is to show you guys that you don't have to be perfect in order to get to a very high place.
But from what I know, they are.
Okay, so way to look that up.
Yeah, dude, give me a second.
How I would, let's see, how would I, if I had like $100 representing all of my money that I have to invest, what I would do is I would do anywhere from 20 to 25% Bitcoin, just because I am very young. I'm 20, well, very young compared to the stock market, but 22 years old. So I would like to play risky for the next like 5 to 10 years, which Bitcoin just recently hit a new high. I think it was at 113 and now it's at 119, the highest, and I think it's still going up. So I would feel like in 5-10 years it would be really good. After that, I don't know. I wouldn't feel confident, leaving it that much for that long, Maybe I would put some of it there, but not all of it for sure. So anywhere from 20 to 25%, because I want to play a little bit risky. I want to use what I have, and that's time. So I would use my time to kind of gain some from Bitcoin. And then you always gotta have some type of index with, like VOO is really good, like the S&P 500, basically. Those are really, really good. And then you have to go with some type of dividends, in my opinion. I would do SCHD, that's my favorite one, which is like the king of dividends, basically, but it's growing. And I would put, that's actually a pretty good question. I would probably do.
You made a good question.
I know. I mind blown myself. I would do like 30%, SCHD, and then the rest just VOO, because you want to have the natural growth that the stock market has with inflation and everything included.
Yeah.
So mine would be 50 VOO. No, like 40 VOO, and then 30% SCHD, and then the rest Bitcoin. I might actually just add there like gold or something with the VOO percentage.
That's good.
But
I made up the wrong word. I said trusts. I meant U.S. Treasury, which like one brain cell moment. But U.S. Treasuries, because they like, I wouldn't do that anymore because right now that's changing a lot. Very, very
like the
fast.
confidence in the government.
The reason you would get that is so the value of your money doesn't change much and it goes up steadily with low risk. Right now, it's not the best thing. I think gold is the safest thing you can do. Silver, things like that, because they don't change drastically in value. They hold their value very well. I think going back to like how Bitcoin can help, what role do you think that it can play in someone's asset portfolio? Like, is it more so an aggressive investment?
Growth, like your play money, I would say.
And I want to ask you this because I don't have an opinion on this yet. Should older people that are nearing retirement age be at all invested in cryptocurrency?
I mean, they're very low risk people because they don't want the volatility of the stock market. So probably not. Maybe like I would say less than 5%, honestly.
Would you say it at all? I think it depends on. It depends on your goal.
Yeah, it does, and I think I would say less than 5%. Like you don't want to be completely out of it, but maybe have like one toe in.
What are the odds that by the time they retire, it's at its lowest?
What, we don't know that. I don't know.
Like,
I mean, if I were
taking an assumption, this is all speculative.
Mm-hmm. I mean, personally, I think it's gonna hit like a ceiling. Is my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna hit a cap, and it's just gonna stay there. And it might increase in value, but I feel like eventually, like it'll die down.
It kind of has to dip eventually. Like everything, especially
but it gets
with
harder to mine by Bitcoin.
Yeah, especially with the levels of upside that it has to have similar levels of downside, even though it trends up. And I'm asking you all this because I don't have a very strong opinion on it, and I know you do. That's why I think your opinion is valuable here. What's something you've learned about it that's shocked you?
Bro, the growth. Just the growth. I mean, that's what makes it stand out. And there's also, and it's not only Bitcoin, there's also some other type of currencies. There's Solana. I don't know how Solana is doing.
You know Ethereum?
Ethereum
it was very popular. It was like similar. And
yeah, so there's like, I think it's like a whole culture that's maybe starting to grow. So that's why I feel like maybe it's going to die down because another one's going to go up. But that's personal, like my personal opinion. I could be 100% wrong in the future, but you should invest anyways because we're not sure. So you want to diversify as much as possible, depending on your goal. If your goal is to make more and you're younger, then you need to risk more because there might be more upside in gaining versus if you're old, under 60s or 70s, then yeah, you might lose a lot of money, you know, especially because you're working with retirement accounts and basically it's living. So I would suggest playing safer in those routes. But I don't know. What do you know about Ethereum and all the cryptocurrencies that are going in right now?
I think not much. I haven't really heard of anything else other than Bitcoin and recently. Right now, everything's like all the attention is going into AI. So I think the best thing one can do it just to have actionable items in this video. Educate yourself. Bless you.
Thank you.
Educate yourself and learn as much as you can about Bitcoin because the attention is not there. I think the time to profit from that was probably 10 years ago.
What, Bitcoin?
Yeah. The time to profit, the second best time to profit from that is now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because when was the last time you heard about cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time because why? What's everyone's attention span going into right now?
Yeah, AI and Bitcoin. Like if you're talking about
Not necessarily Bitcoin as much as AI. Like the number one thing
right now is AI.
I think Bitcoin is not even close to AI in this very moment in time. So I think now is probably the best time to profit from cryptocurrency. Whether it is you believe in Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies that maybe you know, but I don't. And that's a good reason because I don't know about it. And I should probably start looking into it because I don't think it's going to hurt me in the long run if I don't invest more than I can.
100%. And I feel like Bitcoin has like the potential to, the fact that it's decentralized is crazy. But I don't know if, well, no one knows if that's going to be the case for Bitcoin. I wish I could say that it's going to be here forever, but nothing's here forever. So
I hear that.
It'd be a little bit hard. But if you feel like it's too volatile for you, things I would highly suggest, is like there is really good savings account out there right now. Like there's savings accounts giving you like 4 or 5%.
Yeah.
So that's like 2% less than the market. But if you're scared to invest, especially as a young person, because I feel like when I started first learning how to invest, I was like, whoa, like there's so much ways to make money, but there's also so many ways to lose it.
Or worse to not make any.
Right. So the worst thing is just your money sitting on an account that doesn't generate any interest. That's the worst thing you could ever do. So I would suggest like those savings accounts that have like 5 or 4, sometimes 6% returns. Those are but yeah, I think it depends on.
I want to share a perspective on that, and I want to know what you think about it. Mm-hmm. I think putting your money, and this is just an opinion, and it might be contradicting what you just said. I think leaving your money in an interest account is, at least for the target audience that we have, because we're trying to target people who are trying to grow, and I know that it can be scary to invest, but sometimes you just have to do it anyways. A savings account is not going to do much for you.
If it's generating 5 to 6%
out of how much money
APY
in there?
Well, that's
why not just put it into an index fund at that point?
No, that's why I started by saying like if it's like if you feel like too scared to go into anything regarding the stock market, the best option is to just put it on a savings account that generates 5 to 6% back.
Should you be scared?
Well, that's the thing. That's it.
I want you to fight me on this, or not.
Wait, what did you say?
I want you to fight me on this.
Oh, okay, I heard another word.
Would you?
What? No, you're absolutely right. Your mind should be like growing.
Yeah, especially
so that's like because you're still growing, right? So that's still within.
I think the kind of people that we're trying to get at right now are people that have ambitious goals, and I think if you're scared of Bitcoin, you have to do it. You have to do it anyway. Like if you're scared of investing and losing your money, I think you should put it in something that's still secure, but it's generating you more than 6% annually. I don't know if that makes sense. Is that fair to other people?
Depends on their like risk assessment.
Okay.
This is not like how I was thinking of it. It was like this is not.
That is best practice. It's a pretty good it's a pretty good practice.
So this is how I had it I had it separate so that we have the growth mindset, and then we have the investment part. I think I was talking more about the investment part. Yeah. Like if you want to play it safe while doing investing, yes.
Okay.
Go with savings accounts.
That's an additional thing.
Correct. But if you want to grow, then savings accounts, yes, it's an option, but it's not the best for growth. But with growth comes volatility. So if you want to grow it, it's going to be more volatile.
There's going to be risk.
Like if you would have won that much volatility in your account, then yes, it's a savings account. But if you want to risk it a little bit and play more, for gain higher returns, then you should invest in like VOO or the S&P 500, basically.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
That's what I was getting to.
Okay. Awesome. And I have these graphs pulled up, Like comparing what Tesla has done as opposed to Bitcoin in the last 5 years, I don't know if you've taken a look at the comparison in terms of percentages.
I think Bitcoin is like up, no?
It's like
Like way higher.
in the past 5 years, Bitcoin is outperforming top performing stocks like Tesla around between 5 and 6 times what Tesla was doing, which is incredible. I did not think it was like this.
No, it's pretty big.
I thought it was like maybe they'd be like right there with each other, or Bitcoin would be lower.
But a good argument that my dad, what's his name, Warren Buffett makes, is that Bitcoin is going up, and it's backed by just speculation.
Yeah.
Versus stocks that actually provide some type of value because they're companies.
Yeah.
So there's also that argument
Okay.
that that it's most likely going to fall eventually because it doesn't have anything backing it up. And I don't know if I agree with that.
I agree with you. I disagree with the fact that nothing's backing it. There's companies.
It's like I see his point, but then I'm like,
there's so many companies buying Bitcoin that it's like, in a way, and I know that this isn't the technical way that it's used, but in a way it's being backed by those massive companies. And I think that's a big value that it holds. That monstrous companies are holding it, and it's becoming less available. I don't know if that makes sense, and if it's not, do you feel like that's a logical argument? Or do you feel like there's some flaw in that?
So what the argument is essentially saying is that it's just going up based on speculation, right? So there's not a definitive physical thing that's being backed by the stock. So like a business versus, normal stocks that they have an actual physical
like
place
something is
that you can go to.
It's
what I mean?
Yeah, like the companies are generating money,
and I see his point, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with it.
Yeah, I get that.
Because a lot of things is speculation. I feel like to a certain degree,
Performance of a company is speculation.
yeah, exactly. Like Tesla, like
you're basically betting that it's gonna perform well as a company.
Like what I'm trying to get to is there can be companies that can be physically worth this amount, but in the stock price they're down, and there's companies that vice versa. They're not the best, but their stock is high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that kind of makes sense.
Honestly, I didn't understand that. Can you elaborate on it?
Yeah, basically.
Can you give me an example?
There's always going to be companies that are underperforming, but are great companies.
Yeah. Oh, like in terms of value, like
Let's see if I can give you a.
like when GameStop went bankrupt, and it was like a mediocre company, but it went crazy value.
I don't know if mediocre, but it was.
It's not.
It was a good company. It's a good company.
A decent company.
I would say good, but it was. The stock was like stupid high.
Yeah. The value of the stock was not at at its perceived value.
Correct.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's it. The perceived value.
Okay,
I feel like it's the same with Bitcoin, except you don't have like a benchmark or an index to kind of base it off of, but just speculation. Does that make sense?
It's valued at what you want it to be, basically.
And that's why Warren Buffett is like, I don't know about that. Because it doesn't have something to back it up.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, he might be right, he might be wrong. We don't know, because
we'll see.
Time will tell. Yeah, time will tell, and it's probably gonna be because how old is he? He's like 90 something, no?
Warren Buffett?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah,
I have no clue. You know what's bothering me?
What?
You didn't flip the camera. We can't look at it.
Oh, that's true. I tried to flip it. Should I flip it now?
No, it's too late.
Yeah,
I guess we'll suffer.
Dude, he's 94.
94? Oh, wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's absolutely wild.
Dude. He's almost been alive as much as the stock market.
How long has this
It's
stock
like-
market been
No,
alive?
it's like 1902 or something. When
I think a good starting point, I want to tell everyone, like, what should you, if you want to invest in Bitcoin, or what should people do when it comes to it to not miss out? Or maybe some people aren't at the point that they want to invest in it. I think everyone should at least be minimally invested in some sort of cryptocurrency. I think that gives you the best odds of success in that. Because you can always leave your money there and let it marinate a little bit more time and wait for it to go up. But you don't get multiple opportunities to like sell at a high point. I don't know if that makes sense.
yeah, it does. It really does.
I
But
think everyone should put a little bit of their portfolio in it.
you have to. It's like a must.
I feel like the younger that you are, the more risk you can handle. Make it a higher percentage. Higher, and this is something I learned at work. We have a bunch of financial workshops, and there's financial advisors that go and handle our 401k plans. And they talk about how when you're younger, you can afford more risk because you will have more time in the market to mitigate that risk.
You know what my plan is gonna be?
What is it?
I'll share my plan with everyone. What I'm gonna do, the one person. I'm gonna do, like, I think I want to buy like a bunch of Bitcoin as soon as I get the chance to like do more, like massive.
Yeah.
And I'll keep it that way. And then I feel like in 5-10 years, I'm just gonna sell it off and then
Yeah.
restart, so that I cut the profits, I take them myself, and then I start again. And if it goes up, great. And if it
Yeah.
doesn't, at least I got profits. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
That's what I would do. That's what I'm like looking at in a time frame of like 5 to 10 years.
I hear that. But I feel like if you're closer to your retirement age, you should be more conservative with your investment in volatile stocks like that, because you're nearing a point where, like, you know where you want to be and you know where you are currently and you know how much risk you can take. And for a lot of people, it's not much. For some people, you can take quite a bit of risk. But individually, like, you'll know. Another thing that I think is worth mentioning, that Bitcoin is not outperforming every single individual stock. I was taking a look at NVIDIA, and I don't know if you've seen that. The 5-year return on investment for that has been 1,500% compared to Bitcoin's 1,200%.
Really?
Yeah, so NVIDIA in the past 5 years has outperformed Bitcoin. And in the existence of NVIDIA, the company is up 410,000%, opposed to Bitcoin's 26,000%. So NVIDIA is outperforming Bitcoin all time by like 20 times, 20x. So Bitcoin, yes, it has a lot of potential, and it is based on speculation. It's not the highest performing investment ever.
I would disagree with that,
With what?
with what you just said.
I'm looking at the charts.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT.
Would you ask ChatGPT? Let me
Which
see.
one is generating?
Can you explain it to me?
So basically, depends on the time frame, right?
No, I mean like all time, since opening of NVIDIA and...
Well, it's because you can't
existence of
compare
Bitcoin.
two things because they're different.
What do you
So
mean?
you'd have to compare them on the same timeline.
In the past 5 years, NVIDIA is still outperforming Bitcoin.
I see here 10-year return is better.
I think 10-year Bitcoin
10-year,
is outperforming.
year to date, 6 months. I think only this last 3 months, it's just like on a 5-year time frame. What are you looking at? Google?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna fact check you.
You're good,
real
you're good.
quick.
You're fact
That's
checking
how we go.
Google. You're not fact checking me. What?
So
Yeah, about
Same aside.
I think another good point of comparison is that I think you bring a valid point because Nvidia's existed since 1999, so it has 26 years.
Okay, actually, you were right. So on the 5 year, Nvidia has like a higher return,
Yeah,
but
10-year Bitcoin is winning.
right. But for the 10 year and sooner, it'd be Bitcoin.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But it's just Nvidia. The difference between Nvidia and Bitcoin is that it's like the highest compound gains
Yeah.
versus Bitcoin, who has led like the growth. And Nvidia, so according to what ChatGPT says, is Nvidia slightly edges Bitcoin. Choosing between them, because they're kind of similar, depends on your risk tolerance and whether you prefer steadier growth or aggressive high volatility returns. Thank you, bro. So basically, if you want to play like, if you have a lower risk tolerance, go Nvidia, and if you have a higher risk, go Bitcoin. It's what it's basically saying.
Comparing like a shorter term investment,
Nvidia is better.
okay, in I don't mean for the future having a shorter term investment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean more so right now there's a big technology boom, and I think Nvidia can capitalize a lot from that. So
Yeah.
I think there are two things.
I think AI has been driven Nvidia.
Yeah, 100%.
Or they go hand by hand.
I think that's helping a lot, and I don't think that's to stop anytime. But we're here to talk about Bitcoin and like how to dip your foot in it. Can you ask ChatGPT how you can start investing in Bitcoin? Or do
I can tell you.
Yeah, tell me. I would love to know.
We'll go through like a brokerage like Robinhood, Webull. You can start with those. Those are very easy. Now, when it comes to those two, because I just know those two, but I'm sure there's more out there. So I would suggest for you to do your own research in terms of fees. But I would 100% go with Webull because Robinhood has higher fees. Man, they be charging you for everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop using them.
I wanted to ask you because I've heard Coinbase thrown around a lot.
Too.
I don't know anything about them. What's the difference between buying in Coinbase as opposed to buying from
Fees.
Webull and
Just the fees. Like there's higher fees buying through a brokerage. It's like I'll put it in terms of I'll explain it in terms of like real estate. So instead of you buying the home, okay, so getting it through like Robinhood, it's like you getting a realtor, and then the realtor, of course, contacts the guy with the house and so on, right? So there's an intermediary, or I don't know what you call the person in the middle.
An intermediary.
Intermediary, yeah.
Oh, I just butchered that word. Hold up, intermediary.
It's hard. And then, so if you buy it, just do coin-based, which I don't think you can do fractions. So I think you would have to buy the whole coin. I think you're gonna have to fact check me on that.
Yeah.
But basically, if you do coin-based, it's less fees because you're going straight to the seller, if that makes sense.
So
that's how I pick.
Robinhood and Webull get it from Coinbase, basically.
Mm-hmm. They're basically mining their own, and they're able to. I think they profit from like giving you shares, or I guess like fractions of the coin.
Yeah.
And that's how they basically work.
You can buy fractions of a Bitcoin on Coinbase.
On Coinbase? Okay, cool. So yeah, I was kind of iffy about that one, but that's cool.
So a Bitcoin is like one Bitcoin is worth 100 million units, and they're called Satoshis. I think that's the name of the guy that
Satoshi Kirosama or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So you can buy very small portions of it, and then, but it does let you. So I think it's just more third-party fees if you buy elsewhere.
There's more fees. That's literally it.
Okay.
Like just fees, more fees, because you're paying for convenience.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
like you're not. if you do it Coinbase, you're gonna have a harder time buying a coin or a fraction of a coin versus if you do it through a third party.
Okay.
It's a little bit easier. So you're paying for the convenience and they charge you in fees.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why I would suggest, like, as far as I know, Webull is the best because it's like lower fees, and the app as well is like better. And Robinhood just looks kind of fancy, but I think that it's because they were the first ones to ever do it, at least that I saw.
I want to bring this up. I use Fidelity for everything stock related. I know it's not as good for live trading, but what I know and what I've seen from research I've done is that it has the best fees. I don't know how it translates into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, but I just wanted to point that out there. Also, like, research that if you're researching, because that's what I use. I use Fidelity. It's been the best for me, and then I really like Webull.
But that's also because you have Fidelity as like a 401k, no? Or why did you start using
Yes and no, but that wasn't a factor to me deciding to go with Fidelity for my Roth IRA.
I do see here.
The biggest factor was research and the fact that it was better for long-term holdings. But actually, that's a good start. What do you recommend people watching this that want to get into Bitcoin? What's something they should do leaving this video other than researching? Like, should they invest a certain amount? Is there something that you would do
other than researching?
Yeah, like and put in a small amount,
like an action.
Start now, yeah.
Okay, so first and foremost, do your research. By no means we're financial advisors, right? Second, what I would suggest for them to do is, if you're investing in something, you should start first and foremost by diversifying, and Bitcoin should be a part of that. Like some experts, it depends on your goals really, but the gold, I guess, number I want to say is anywhere from 25% and below. I think more than that, you're kind of risking it a little too much, in my opinion. If you don't feel very confident about it, I would just say 10%. 5 to 10%, and if you feel like it's going to be something that's going to go up, which I think it will, I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Maybe in a couple decades, like 1 or 2 decades, it might. I don't know, but at least I know for the next few years, it's going to be good. If you're feeling a little more risky, I would say anywhere from 10 to 20% would be good. If you're very, very young, I would suggest like 25% is like the most I would do. And then the rest, just basically diversify with index funds, which is like the S&P 500, or mutual funds, like you said, actively managed. So what I would suggest someone doing after leaving this video is invest less than 20%, depending on what your goal is, into Bitcoin, because it is gonna keep growing. For sure, for the next couple years.
For the foreseeable future.
What would you tell them to do?
I have no clue. I know that you researched more than this. I think your opinion is a lot more valuable than mine right now. But I do see, like, strictly speculation, I see there being one more massive spike for Bitcoin, if not a few. So it's something that I want to dip my toes into pretty heavily, at least as much as possible, because it is a little bit more risk than what other people are used to, but it's also a lot more possible reward.
Right.
So naturally, like, the biggest thing that big warning, don't spend more than you're comfortable losing, because there is always a possibility of you losing all of it. All of it. Like, absolutely everything, especially in this kind of things. But me personally, I'm looking forward to it, and it's something that I want to put money into, and I'm willing to lose a certain amount on it. But I'm not going to put any more than what I'm willing to lose.
The whole thing, 100%. So if you take something from this video, Bitcoin, so far, as we know, it's been good, and it's gonna probably keep doing very good. I think everyone's, well, at least like the people that are not investing 100% into it are a little scared that it might in the future. It might in the future, but so far, like the next couple, 2-3 years, it seems like it's not, like very unlikely for it to go down to what
It's had its big dips.
it's had dips.
Like it is going to go down probably in the next 3 years, but it's going to come right back up.
It keeps hitting new hires, or how do you say it? New peaks, yeah, because of the demand and supply. So there's gonna always be that one person that will keep mining until all bitcoins are pretty much collected.
Yeah.
And until then, I think it's safe to say that it's gonna keep going up in value. So until we start getting closer to those like mined bitcoins, which I think it's gonna be like last time that I researched it, I think it was gonna be like 2035 or 2040 they were predicting, and where they were gonna, be fully mined. Until then, I think it's gonna keep pretty much going up.
Pretty much going up.
Yeah, I know. After that, God knows.
I think, but yeah, biggest takeaways: do your own research. Get a little piece of the pie if it's something that you're willing to do, and be very careful spending money, because sometimes we don't have that money and we need it to survive. So spend only what you can and what you're willing to completely. Is there anything else you want to add, or you want to close it out?
I think that's pretty good. I mean, honestly, I feel like this is a very friendly Bitcoin beginner podcast for you to like understand what it is.
Yeah,
because we're barely like learning about it too. So I think it's like a good,
it's like friends
casual conversation to hear about Bitcoin if you don't know what it is. What did you say, fool?
It's like friends talking to each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are you hearing? You're hearing stuff today, bro.
I need my hearing aid. I think.
Yeah, you need some months.
I think it's because I've been working with a lot of old people. I'm becoming one. But anyways, yeah, I think it's a good podcast.
Yeah. I learned a lot. But
100%.
That's it from us. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir. Laters.